Good morning once again, friends. It is 7:35 here, and we are joined right now by the chairman of the County Board of Legislators. Here is Ken Jenkins. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, TJ, and good morning, Westchester.
All right. So, what is happening today as you go on about your duties as the chairman of the board? What's going on?
Well, we had two things going on. Obviously, we went through yesterday with the Local Development Corporation. We made major changes to the legislation as it was proposed, putting on a lot of additional constraints and controls and transparency that it should be good for the people of Westchester. So that's moving forward. We're working hard on the Playland debacle, trying to get to the bottom of what's going on there. I'm sure that the park is going to open on May 11th, but I'm positive also that the boardwalk repairs and ice casino repairs will not be done, and we'll get down to the bottom of that and identify where the issues are and make corrections for that. But also, obviously, we're going through the Playland proposals and working through that. We're going to have another meeting next week of the Committee of the Whole with all of the legislators to continue that particular discussion. And obviously, we're having this major issue right now with HUD, where the funds have been withdrawn or are going to be withdrawn if Westchester County, and not the administration or the Board of Legislators. People should always keep in mind it's Westchester County that are going to lose these funds. And last night, I don't believe it's been reported yet, we got another notice from the monitor that rejected our zoning plan modification. So, we're in a world of hurt and trouble in this particular thing, and we have to get through this. People should understand it's not a political issue. It's $500 million worth of impact to the people of Westchester that we need to get this done.
Right. And so basically now, again, we're hearing that it was some sort of misstep or bungling on the part of the Astorino administration. And yet at the same time, the administration says, well, look, we keep giving HUD what they want. We keep giving HUD and the monitor what they're asking for. They just don't seem to be accepting the information we're giving them. Is that kind of pretty much what's happening?
No, it's even a little bit. Well, no, it's not happening like that at all. The administration is trying to suggest that it is following the guidelines as pursuant to the housing stipulation agreement. Part of that actually is to work with the Board of Legislators that before anything goes out, as it represents Westchester County, that there's an understanding and agreement before it walks out the door to that. The problem that they're having is that they are insisting on not following certain guidelines as far as affirmatively furthering fair housing. HUD, since 2010, and prior to that, by the way, in the previous administration, asked for a document called the Analysis of Impediments document and said, what are you going to do to affirmatively further fair housing? And we put down on a piece of paper what that would be. Right? So where we are right now is that there's a big problem because the administration, based on its recalcitrance, has shown clearly to HUD that it does not intend to affirmatively further fair housing. And because both our housing stipulation order and our community development block grant funds and a lot of other housing funds or federal funds count on the county's assertion that it will try to do its best to. So you're
So you're talking about one of those things being the source of income deal, right? Am I right? Is that what we're talking about here, about compelling landlords to take Section 8 money, where right now it's voluntary?
No, because people should understand there's more ways to affirmatively further fair housing. That certainly is one of them, and the state is working on some source of income legislation, so maybe the county doesn't have to do that. But there are certainly other things that we could be doing to make sure that, like what? One is to make sure that there's no exclusionary zoning in the municipalities. Exclusionary zoning could be something that sounds like it makes sense. Housing that's for teachers and firefighters and police officers in a municipality. Well, that's exclusionary. So you need to work through those kind of things and to say, oh, those things don't exist. Well, one, it's just not true. And two, we can use our resources as a county to resolve those issues.
So wait, explain that again. Exclusionary. What is it that you want to force people to do?
That's not forcing anybody to do anything. What it does is it opens up the opportunity. And that's exactly what this is about. It's not forcing anyone to do something. It says that you have to have housing opportunities available for everyone.
Right.
And
right now, can't anybody just go live somewhere? Can't anybody just go live somewhere? I still don't see. It sounds like this is yet another time where Westchester County government is just looking to make itself seem more. What is it? What is it that people are right now being excluded from?
Well, they're being excluded right now from opportunities for housing.
How?
It says, no, well, if a landlord says, I'm not accepting a subsidy program.
Right, which is what I just said. And you said it's not so much that. Yes, so this is about Section 8. This is about Section 8, compelling landlords to take Section 8, right?
Well, no, it's not about compelling landlords to take Section 8. It's about compelling a landlord to take someone regardless of their source of income.
Right.
So if you have to have $1,000 a month to be able to afford a place, then whatever that criteria is, that is what you have to do. But these subsidies,
Ken Jenkins, talking to Ken Jenkins, chairman of the County Board of Legislators, these subsidies are not always reliable. These subsidies can be, their eligibility can change. You know, look, I mean, you have to prove. I went to rent where we rent because right now, look, I'm a statistic. I can't buy a house right now because I've had some bad luck with real estate in the past. So I'm licking my wounds. I'm saving my money so that I can qualify to get a mortgage and buy a house. In the meantime, I'm renting. Now, when I go to rent, I can only go where I can afford, and that's what we do. And also we have a dog, so I go where we can afford. That will take a dog, and that's what I do. I don't walk around kicking pebbles, waiting for the government to say, look, you know what? I could use an extra grand so I could afford this place that'll take a dog. What the heck are you guys talking about? We're exclusionary. Anybody can go on Craigslist right now, find the price, find the neighborhood, do the math, put it together, and go live there. I don't get what this is all about.
Well, you know, so in your example, let's say someone said, because you work at WVOX, we're not accepting that source of income.
That's silliness. That's not what you're saying at all. You're saying that's not at all. That's my income. That's my salary. That's no. You're talking about taking subsidies. You're talking about making somebody accept certain federal subsidies and other subsidies, county subsidy, whatever. You're talking about somebody taking subsidy money, not salary, subsidy money.
The subsidy money that you're talking about is a source of income. And that's exactly what they do.
But it's apple and oranges saying because I work at WVOX. That's my job. That's my salary. That's my income.
Well, if someone is in a subsidy program for various reasons, like they're disabled, they're a veteran, those are all subsidy programs.
Right.
Those are all monies that come from the federal government. If you are a person that receives Social Security disability income, that's all the same thing.
Look, I'm a middle class white guy in show business, has a job. I have to submit to. It's not easy. Look, I'm sick and tired of dancing for the man, okay? I'm a middle class white guy. It ain't easy, Ken Jenkins, okay?
Well, the issue again is that if you have a number, that source of income, that is not an unreliable source. That's what you're trying to suggest, that a subsidy program is unreliable. Quite frankly, the federal government is more reliable than some organizations, people that have gone out.
Section 8 is not responsible for down payments. Section 8 is not responsible for repairs made. And listen, and honestly, look, Ken Jenkins, we got to call it like we see it. We know what the facts too are. People that come in with the Section 8 voucher, very often the track record is there that very often they are not the most reliable when it comes to maintenance and upkeep. And when somebody bails on it and they leave a hole in the wall, Section 8 is not going to come through and pay for the hole in the wall. You know that's Ken Jenkins, right?
And TJ, that's exactly where all the problems are. All the things you just outlined are beyond false. They're beyond inaccurate.
That's not beyond false. That's true, man.
It is not true.
Oh, it is, Ken Jenkins. Go ahead.
It's not true, and that's what's happened, and that's why we spent 2.5 years going through the legislation.
Is Section 8 responsible for maintenance and repairs? Will they pay it?
Yeah, they will.
No, they won't.
Certain cases.
In certain cases.
On certain cases, if there's a maintenance issue. If somebody puts a hole in the wall, PJ,
right.
and a landlord says that, it has the proof and all these other kind of things, they will say you should evict that tenant, just like anybody else. If you're in your rental house and your dog puts his head or her head through the wall, guess what? It's the same thing.
That's a big damn dog. I don't want that dog that can put its head through a wall. Hey, listen, Ken Jenkins, I got to run. This has been as good as it gets with you and me, and I'm grateful. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter and happy Passover to you and your families.
God bless. Be well.